According to my science book, earthworms are found in fields. How are they reared over here?
Because it is almost extinct, but still we need it for vermicomposting.
If it was so important, so where have they gone? Who killed them?
We need more food, so we use more chemicals, so the earthworms were killed.
It has been our home since ages. Though we survived with the minimum, but we lived with the flowers, the trees, the birds, and the insects, and the non-chemical farming systems. We lived together with the nature. Even the food was healthy and non-poisonous. The soil was robust, and even the water was pure. Everything has changed by time due to indiscriminate and unbalanced use of chemicals. Now I don't get sparrows and squirrels, earthworms and snails. Though we have grown more health conscious, but due to contaminated food and water, we are unhealthier as compared to our ancestors.
It was a necessity that we went for high external input agriculture. Lots of mechanization, insecticides, pesticides, chemical fertilizers, and weedicides. Though it enhanced food grain production, that was the need of the hour. But of course, it cost a lot. It played with the biodiversity profusely. About 1,000 plant species are already extinct, and other 16,000 are already on the verge of extinction that are endangered. Lots of animal species have gone extinct as well. Because this high external input, the chemicals, and especially indiscriminate and unbalanced use of chemicals, it is leading towards havoc in context of biodiversity, and that is why we have come up to biodiversity conservation efforts, centers for plant genetic resources.
But why do we do such acts that harm Mother Earth?
We need more food, therefore we have to do it. It hurts Mother Earth, but she bears it.
Does it mean that more plants and animals will not be there in future?
Probably yes, but how can we help it out?
I dreamt to live in a pollution-free green world where I will survive with my surroundings symbiotically. But I'm afraid what will happen to my fields, my animals, and my habitat around in next few years. Even the land is getting less fertile and the water level is depleting. What will happen to my youngsters if the same situation continues?
We have lots of protected areas in the country. About 668 protected areas as declared by Ministry of Environment and Forest. But isn't it unfortunate that due to our activities, government is bound to make laws to protect the nature? We have 102 national parks, 515 wildlife sanctuaries, 47 conservation reserves, and 4 community reserves which look after conservation of flora and fauna. There are certain biosphere reserves as well, such as Nilgiri, Sundarbans, Gulf of Mannar, Panchmani.
It is not even 5% of total area which is put under conservation. This aggressive agriculture is terribly coming against a wide range of biodiversity. The herbs, the shrubs, the flowers, the small insects and the small animals.
The country is getting vigilant towards diminishing biodiversity during last few years. And we are making efforts. Many plant genetic resource centers have come up to conserve the biodiversity. Forest cover has increased by more than 20%. Protected area cover is also increasing. Overall population of households having access to improved water resources has increased by from 68 to 85% almost. We are moving towards an annual increase of forest cover by 5%, attaining World Health Organization standards of air quality, treating urban waste water to clean water, and the energy efficiency has also increased. So it is not like we are not aware of that. We are making efforts. but according to the demand of food grain production. We can't altogether shift towards non-chemical agriculture. Chemical use in agriculture has become almost like essential to bring the fertility and the production up to the mark. And this is what the demand of the time is.
Why do we need plant genetic resource centers? We are losing, and can we ever get those extinct species back?
Will I also be extinct one day?
I depend on natural resources for sustenance. Probably it is I and my community which has to be vigilant around biodiversity conservation. I should create a gene bank on my own so that the present flora and fauna be conserved for the future generations. I simply don't want to deprive them of these flora and fauna. Also, biodiversity conservation is a community responsibility, and we together can conserve it. I see a very strong linkage between rich biodiversity and community livelihood, and therefore, biodiversity conservation is a livelihood compulsion rather than an obligation with gratitude.
Our prime concern is food grain production. Population rising high, and we have to think in terms of making world hunger free. Food security is our prime concern. How can we think anything beyond it unless until we make world free from hunger?
But I want to save my butterflies.
And I want to save my earthworms.
I want to save my village. The crops, the insects, the animals are getting extinct. The land is getting destroyed because of chemicals. And I want to save them all.
We never felt like killing your earthworms or butterflies. Neither we wanted to destroy your soil, flora, fauna and the village. But if it has come up to your concerns, I also feel concerned about your butterflies, your earthworms, your village. And probably I have to rethink. Yeah, food grain production has to come up, but not at this cost. Probably we have to work together. We have to revisit. Food grain production has to increase. But how? This probably we have to think again. So let's club together. Let's come together to think together. Ultimately, that world is supposed to be hunger free. But with butterflies, with caterpillars, with your village, with the soil fertility, with all sort of flora fauna, making this earth a better place to live.